How's it hanging, fellas? I'm OrosZ, and this is another episode of Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney. In today's episode, we are beginning the game on an all-white screen with this really strange-looking magnifying glass. And you know what? This is supposed to be us looking for fingerprints, and the mechanic is you're meant to spread dust around and then blow it away to reveal a fingerprint. Except you're meant to spray it a little bit. I instead decided to cover every single pixel on the screen with it, and if you're gonna pay fucking close attention, I don't think you're gonna find a single fucking pixel standing out anywhere. But you know what? Having an all-white fucking screen like this really just highlights how fucked up my TV is. I can tell the individual lights behind the screen. Over here, there's like a light that's much brighter than the other ones, and it's really noticeable in all the games. I think it happened around my Skyrim playthrough, my original Skyrim playthrough, the base game, because I was saying a lot in that Let's Play how, I don't know, where there's just like this brighter light. Because back then I thought maybe I modded Skyrim in some strange way, that I just kind of left a particle effect like that. But no, it's my TV who that got fucked up. I don't think that was the case at the beginning of my Skyrim Let's Play, but it happened somewhere midway through it, so it's a bit fucked up if I'm being honest with you. Anyway, it's time to blow it away. I spent like 5 minutes doing this shit last episode. Let's blow it away. Check it out. 3, 2, 1. That looks great. You did it, you found one. But it looks nothing like a fingerprint. Now that you mention it, I guess it doesn't. What does it mean? I think it means we're out of luck. Out of luck? The person who's left his fingerprint must have worn gloves. That's how we've been wasting our time here. I spent 5 minutes putting dust in every pixel of the screen only for it to backfire like that. Hey, calm down. That's just the way it goes sometimes with scientific investigations. But it does seem a shame. While we're at it, why don't we look for other prints? Other prints? Looking at the locker door again closely. It seems like there are fingerprints outside the bloody handprint as well. Let's see if we can find a clear print. Fingerprints outside the blood. By the way, the fingerprint I took was of this finger. Like, I imagine you're meant to take a fingerprint from here, but I instead decided to go with the pinky finger. There's some bullshit over here. See, this is how the screen looks. I decided to cover every inch of the screen in white. And it worked. I did it. And we're doing it again. You know what? No, I'm not gonna do it again. This is fucking stupid. I can't help it though. It's satisfying to make those little tiny pixels go away. I'm gonna do it. I'm doing it. Fuck it. And I'll cover the whole screen, though. Shit, so cool. Something satisfying about watching all these pixels go away. It's like when you're playing with the spray function and paint. I remember when I, as a kid, used to make a thing in paint where I would just make like one solid image of like one color, then I would use the cut tool, cut it up, move it around, paint something else, cut it up again, move it around, and I would end up making a mosaic kind of thing. And when I was bored as a kid, I would play even shit like the Purple Town or whatever the fuck it was called on Windows 7. No, wait, not Windows 7, Windows fucking Vista. Now this time around, I did left some pixels around, but I don't think this time around I give a shit to fucking finish it and fill up the whole screen. Because at the beginning of the episode, which is how I did last episode at the end, I genuinely covered up every single pixel on the screen. And I'm about to do it again, I don't care. Actually, I left a lot of fucking loose pixels everywhere. Alright, you know what? Fuck it. Oh look, all I needed was to make a little circle in the middle. I didn't need it to fucking cover the whole screen. Yeah, print so clear it's dazzling. It's my fucking fingerprint. I can recognize it. Anyway, this print took a lot of effort to find. Let's match it up right away. So we're not done yet. This is quite a process. Well, there's no point in finding a fingerprint and not knowing who the owner is, right? I guess she's right. I one time heard something about how each fingerprint in the world is different. I guess it makes sense because like fingerprints are a bunch of swirly lines, and some of them connect, some of them have like little gaps and shit. And probably makes for like a possible infinite amount of combination you can have. Having the same fingerprint as someone else is probably impossible. Look at the fingerprint data we got from Mr. Edgeworth. You point out the person you think left these prints. You can burn away your fingerprints. How am I supposed to know who it was? I gotta make a pretty good guess. The bloody handprint and the fingerprints are in different places, right? That means that the prints probably don't have anything to do with our case. So his fingerprints would most likely find... we would most likely find on this evidence locker. Detective Gant. He's got a good fingerprint going. Michael Meekins. Gender unknown. He's got a fingerprint of a dumbass moron. Jake Marshall, now he's got a cowboy fingerprint. Bruce Goodman, now he's got some kind of fucking diarrhea ass piece of shit fingerprint. Dick Gumshoe. Oh man, Gumshoe. You're the murderer? Come on, man. And what kind of fucking shit we were given to fucking scan this stuff? Looks ridiculous. Huh? So these prints belong to Detective Gumshoe. Shit. Something wrong, Mr. Wright? He gave me this so wet look. I guess that's probably because I was thinking so wet. Okay, so we came up with nothing this time, but there's always next time. Sometimes you hit, sometimes you miss. Gotta roll with the punches, Mr. Wright. You know what my idea was? I'm gonna work at this fucking shitty ass workplace for until my contract expires. I don't think I'm gonna prolong it. And when it's about to expire, I'm gonna fucking look for some other fucking work. Preferably, I would also like to move the fuck out of here. That'd be nice. Gonna start thinking of getting a visa, shit like that. I gotta change my life around, man. Thanks for the sympathy. Wait, if I remember correctly, there was one other handprint in this room. Let's check it out. I do remember correctly. You don't need to remind me, Phoenix. I actually remembered that. Do I not get to fucking use this shit? Do I not get to examine? This is where we got a luminal fluid reaction, right? Right, there was a handprint here. Okay, want to try using this? Her eyes go sparkling again. Okay, let's check for prints. That's his beard. Oh, but I have to warn you about something first. What? The area with the blood was wiped away, right? We only ended up finding it using chemical means. Any prints in this area will have been wiped away too. Alright. So that means no prints. Would you say the probability of your hypothesis is high? Don't ask me. Stop using complicated words I have a hard time reading. Anyway, we must try to find prints that weren't wiped away. Prints other than the ones left by the bloody hand. Well, it's probably some... What are we doing, by the way? Alright, this time around I won't fucking do it because Well, it'd be stupid. I would take up so much of the fucking episode by fucking trying to cover every single little bit of the screen. I mean, I only need to cover about this much, right? It's really needless to cover up all these parts and shit. It's really unnecessary. Who's got this wide of a fucking fingerprint? Why is that even an option? It shouldn't fucking let you do that. But it does. Check it out, I fucking covered all the blue in the background. There's no blue anymore in the world. Fuck the blue color. I like white. It's as white as Europe should be. Look at it, it's all nice. It's like the fucking morning today, you know, I woke up. Yesterday I was hanging out with my friends. I fucking said that already. I think it was last episode. But this is next episode, so fuck it. I was hanging out with my friends, and it started snowing, and I said, oh, it's snowing, that's funny. It's just out of nowhere started fucking snowing. It's probably not gonna fucking end up being some kind of snowstorm or anything. It's probably gonna snow for about an hour and then stop. And then the next fucking day I wake up to work, only to realize that there's a winter wonderland happening outside. But I guess it was cold enough, only for a little brief moment. Because after all the snow fell, and my way to work was very magical and very pretty, actually made me kind of want to go to work. Because I really like walking around in snow. After that, well, it got a lot warmer. And not to mention it was actually raining on my way back from work, so it was snow everywhere. It wasn't very cold. So that's not good, because all the bacteria and viruses actually have a better time surviving in warm environments than cold. That's why it's actually ironically harder to catch a cold in winter than it is in like summer, because in summer there's a lot more bacteria in the sky. And another factor that bacteria like is moist atmosphere. So weather like today, where it was snowing, so it got really wet everywhere afterwards because all the snow melted away, and the fact that it gotten a lot warmer overnight, I mean in a pretty quick amount of time, meant that it was probably the best fucking moment to get sick and the biggest opportunity to catch a cold. I think at the beginning of this thing I said that it's fucking needless to put this much fucking dust everywhere. Look, I'm a fucking perfectionist. I ain't gonna let this shit be unfucking finished, you know. It's not gonna work unless you cover every single pixel on the screen. Trust me, it's not. That's just how the game works. Don't question me, I didn't design the game. Question whoever the designer. Why did they make you cover every pixel on the screen with the dust for it to work? It's fucking ridiculous if you ask me. It's not something you should do, man. It's just some fucking counterintuitive, against all instincts bullshit. Just to make sure. I think I missed some pixels. Alright. Now wasn't that fucking satisfying? Whose fingerprint is this? I'll tell you this much, it's my own. Oh, Jake. Jake? He had a bloody hand. Oh, I knew he was fucking in on it. Motherfucking Jake. Jake the Snake. Wish it was this guy and he would go to prison forever and be raped in the ass, because I fucking hate this guy. I can't stand to even look at him. At least everyone else in the game has normal human-like faces. Meanwhile, this guy looks like a fucking stop sign. Wait, ah, fuck, I pressed the wrong thing. No match found? Shit. Must be Jake then. Officer Marshall, you hiding some kind of dark truth? Patch found. Hey, these fingerprints there. Whose are they? Who is someone I know? It's Officer Marshall. No, Officer Jake Marshall. Marshall's fingerprints added to the court record. That's got to be a coincidence. He's not involved in this crime. Emma, he's a cowboy. Obviously, he's involved in something fucking shady. This is decisively different from Detective Gumshoe's prints. Luminal reaction. The blood and the fingerprints are in the same place. Uh-oh. So we have Jake Marshall's fingerprints. Maybe he fucking cut himself while shaving with a dumbass knife on a white bloodstain. But why would Officer Marshall... It looks like our investigation is finally turning up some results. I guess this is why it's called decisive evidence. Are you saying that Marshall's the killer? I don't think it is him. You know, I don't believe it. I don't believe it. Me neither. I don't think he is. To be continued? Oh yeah, I forgot to fucking save because I actually couldn't save while on that fucking dusting screen. So if I lose footage of this episode, I'll have to replay the previous episode. But you know what? I'm like 60 minutes into this fucking episode. At this point, it's too late. Fuck it. Fuck it in a bucket. What, I'm going to court? Who am I gonna interrogate now? Jake Marshall? February 24th, 9:41 AM, District Court, Defendant Lobby number 2. So what do you think, Mr. Wright? I think the prosecution is as confused as we are. After all, the victim was murdered in 2 different places at the same time. And a different suspect was arrested at each of the crime scenes. Alana. Good morning, Mr. Wright. I apologize for yesterday, I was indisposed. Had a massive fucking diarrhea. Hope we don't hold you too long for questioning. We just finished actually, I'm used to all-nighters though. Not me though, I never really pull up all-nighter. I can go to sleep late, but I never had... I don't think ever, even once in my life, did I skip just sleeping at night. Unless I just couldn't sleep. Well, that doesn't mean I didn't try to go to sleep. So, how'd it go? It says Mr. Wright suspects the police are clueless. I figured as much, so I struck a plea bargain. Plea bargain? What do you mean by that? What is a plea bargain? Can I fucking know? Before you tell me what bargain you struck? We agreed that if I told them the truth behind this simultaneous murder, they wouldn't see capital punishment. That's what I mean, Emma. Lana, don't tell me you. Much to my regret, I am as much in the dark about this as they are. This guy found traces of evidence of a certain person the police department evidence with that belonged to the officer Jake Marshall. What kind of trace evidence? Bloodstained fingerprints to be exact. That's the trump card I have up my sleeve today. You understand what this means, don't you? In order to defend my sister, you're going to accuse Mr. Marshall? You have to play the cards they're dealt. Isn't that right, Miss Sky? Do what you have to do, Mr. Wright. So am I gonna be interrogating Marshall now? Last time we interrogated Miss Sky, because she was cute and I love her. February 24th, 10 AM, this is courtroom number 9. And 10 AM is not even gonna be how early I wake up tomorrow. I'm gonna fucking sit here all fucking night, play some bullshit on Doko Island and Yakuza 8. And I kinda don't like they changing up the title to Like a Dragon. I think Yakuza was fine. I don't know why they had to change it. Maybe they had to change it because in Japan, this series is called Ryuga Gotoku, just like the studio making it. They're pretty much a studio solely responsible for this series. That's why they're even named after the series. Just like Sonic Team is pretty much only responsible for Sonic games. That's kind of what Sega does, I guess. And fucking... And in Japan, the series is called Ryuga Gotoku, which means like a dragon. So I guess they just wanted the series to have the same name in both parts of the world. Also, I don't know if you noticed, but Ryu dragon in Japanese. Kind of like Ryu in Street Fighter. That's what Ryu's name is supposed to be pronounced like. Another thing, I don't know if you know this, but who's the main character of Yakuza or Ryuga Gotoku? It's Kiryu. Get it? He's got a dragon on his back. He's the dragon of Dojima. He's got a dragon in his name. Court is now in session for the trial of Miss Lana Sky. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Not sure what the key means, but could be like the power of key or whatever the fuck, or he's the key. Doubt it has anything to do with English. Prosecution is I'm afraid you will have to clarify. It takes 30 minutes by car to reach the police department from the prosecution's office. Yet the victim, Bruce Goodman, was slain in both places at the same time. That's not physically possible, is it? What more, I hear the victim from the evidence room just disappeared. Yes, and the body eventually reappeared in the trunk of Mr. Edgeworth's car. So the murder at the evidence room must have took place half an hour earlier. Which, actually, hold on. Where's that fucking record of shit? When did the murder took place? 5:15, right? No, not this fucking garbage. He was... Date and time of death, February 21st, between the location and cause of death. Single stab wound was found. Where did he die, though? According to this. Between 4 p.m. and 5:30 p.m. Okay, then. What about these records? 5:30 p.m. So at 5:14 he went to the evidence room. He was still alive. Then I think he might have been murdered. So I guess someone must have rushed over to the prosecution's office really fucking fast. But that was Edgeworth driving his car, right? That's why they gave him the evidence piece. So he, with the body in his trunk, would drive to the prosecution's office. And then Lana would pull the body out of the trunk of the car. Edgeworth really didn't notice he's got a rotting corpse in the fucking car. Maybe he fucking smells like a rotting corpse himself, I don't know. Also, who's Bunch of Sevens? It's really the big mystery I wanna fucking learn. They entered the room at 4:20, blaze it. It's funny as fuck. Anyway, really strange shit's happening in this fucking trial. Yes, and the body eventually reappeared in the trunk of Mr. Edgeworth's car. Wow, this is one messed up trial. Fucked up, one could say. Look, the pen she's holding between her fingers is the same color as the thing in the background, so it kind of looks like she just has a hole in her hand. One of my duties as a prosecutor is to present impartial evidence. Today I will present evidence relating to the murder of the police department. In so doing, I believe the way in which we should proceed will reveal itself. Now that what sets Mr. Edgeworth apart. He sounds so on top of things. Unlike you piece of garbage. Thanks. Even though he doesn't know what's going on himself. I said it as if that's what Emma told Phoenix, right? I realized that I had a fucking little fucking exchange with myself doing the same voice. Just my normal voice. Didn't really convey the joke I was trying to fucking say. And that's supposed to be an admirable trait? Admirable? Very well, it's the trial resumed. On the day of the crime, what exactly transpired at the police department? Mr. Edgeworth, you may call your first witness to the trial of the day to the stand. For its first witness, the prosecution calls the suspect of the murder that occurred at the police department. Suspect? You mean the so-called murderer? Oh boy. Things are getting wild from the get-go. Oh, Mike. Oh, fuck no. Will the witness please state his name and occupation? Did it had to be Mike? Yes, sir. I am Officer Mike Meekin, sir. My occupation is... That would be murderer, sir. Yeah, I got the same expression as Phoenix right now. I'm just like, fucking Jesus Christ, this guy. So you're telling us you're a professional killer? Sir, it was me, sir. I'm the one who did it. I never kill anyone again, sir. You got to believe me, sir. Who let him take this shit to the fucking stand? Does he have to fucking use it all the time? He's such a piece of shit. I fucking hope this guy goes to jail. I don't fucking like him one bit. Stupid ass fucking moron. Actually, what do we like to hear? Sir, I'm what you could call part of the younger generation, sir. A person whose actions adults can't possibly comprehend. Please, Mr. Sure, sir, help me, sir. Officer Meekins, shut the fuck up, Jesus. Yes, sir? Shut the fuck up, please, alright? Can you do that for me? Give us a report on the crime, consider that an order. Yes, sir, as you wish. After all, I am part of the generation that must be told what to do, sir. Jesus Christ, can you fucking shut up? Can't fault him for lack of enthusiasm. Can you? Is this enthusiasm or is he fucking scared? I can't fucking tell, to be honest. He's such a piece of shit. Although it's not my normal duty, I was assigned to guard the evidence room that day. I spotted a suspicious man on the security screen and rushed into the room. Does he just forever fucking has that stupid ass salute going on? He's saluting like that all the fucking time? Is that really how you salute in like Japan with like 3 fingers? It's kind of interesting actually. I wonder what they salute like. I'm saying Japan because like this game has an ambiguous setting, but it's probably Japan, right? Even though they say a bunch of shit about America and dollars and West and East Coast, whatever. Japan has West and East Coasts. So Japan is more like a diagonal line, so I imagine it's not as big of a difference as America's wide-ass fuck piece of garbage country, East and West Coast. I imagine the differences in Japan, East and West Coast, are probably very small. I think. I don't know. Man, I wish we got to know Bruce Goodman. He seems like a cool character. I was suddenly attacked. I fought for my life. Then I did it. I killed a man. After that I passed out. Until another officer smacked me awake. Jesus, I have nothing to put on thumbnails. I'm so fucking annoyed by that fact. I think I'll put the white screen on the thumbnail. That'll be funny. So the victim, Detective Goodman, attacked you? Do unto others before they do unto you. That's the Meekins family motto, sir. So what, kill before you get killed? That's a fucking awful way to live, bro. It's like the rule, eye for an eye. If you really fucking live your life following the eye for an eye rule, then you're a very fucking spiteful, horrible piece of shit. That's not a fucking rule to just live your life by. It's so fucking awful, man. I gotta check something. Episode's almost over, but somebody fucking kept asking me if we're gonna meet up, and now they didn't bother to answer. What do you mean it's not raining? It is fucking raining. It's been raining the fucking entire day, but you know what? I think I'm gonna make it on time, so that's nice. Tomorrow, actually, interestingly enough, is Lunar New Year. Or Chinese New Year. And 2024 is the year of the Green Dragon, I believe. So that's pretty cool. Not sure what that means. Probably nothing. But it's cool to know. Let's see, then you fainted and the colleague helped you regain consciousness. Yes, sir, he knocked me upright the head, sir. Very well, the defense may begin its cross-examination. But I need here is more info to work with. Jesus, this fucking guy, man. I think I'm gonna finish the episode. You know, for some reason you cannot pause the game while this the crime reports or the the fucking red text right before the confession, right before the cross-examination. I mean, you can't pause the game now and like save it, but now I can fucking pause it, no problem. Also, you can't seem to pause the game while the text is scrolling as well, so that's a bit strange. Everything's all fucking strange here. Whatever, see you fellas in the next episode, bye.